Welcome back to Panel A Superheroes Ahoy.
Welcome back to Panel A Superheroes Ahoy.
Welcome back to Panel A Superheroes Ahoy. So today I'll talk about the Marvels, MCU's latest movie. Some people are very much against it. They are saying it doesn't deserve to be watched. It's the worst MCU movie. And some people are liking it. They are calling it a fun movie, and people are being so unfair to it. So the Marvels is directed by Nia Da Costa, who has made Candyman, a horror film. I think it starred Jordan Peele. I have not seen it, but I would love to watch it. I've heard good things about it. It is basically bringing together the Captain Marvel universe and the Miss Marvel TV show universe with a touch of Secret Invasion. But it's basically a fun movie in space with these three characters. So Kamala Khan we know from the Miss Marvel show. I kind of was liking the show, but somewhere it just lost me in the middle, where there were too many of those cultural things shown. I think I've spoken about it in the past. Monica Rambeau we get from Captain Marvel, the first film that came out in 2019, and Carol Danvers' niece, who is Monica Rambeau, played by Teona Paris, is the third lead in the movie. Uh, I kind of felt that the Captain Marvel movie, when I first saw it, I didn't like it that much, but on rewatches, I quite liked it because it shows the superhero origin really well. It shows her through the entire journey of being a air pilot and her whole dynamic with Nick Fury, and the film being based in the 80s or I guess 90s was a lot of fun. So I was looking forward to it in terms of getting more of Carol Danvers, but the Marvels unfortunately didn't show me much of her. I found the tone very confused and mixed in this because they were trying to show a lot of humor with the Miss Marvel family and all those things going on in the background. Then they were trying to show Nick Fury in a funny kind of mode, because here Nick Fury is running a body, an organization called Saber, which is essentially monitoring alien activity in space. Run out of a spaceship, and you have the basic premise that was shown in the teaser of a power swap. So whenever any superhero tries to use their power, they essentially get swapped with the other characters. So Captain Marvel comes, Carol Danvers comes into where Kamala Khan is, I guess in New Jersey, and so on. That part was fine, but then I really didn't know where the film was going in the first half, because you get a villain who basically is like a follower to Ronan the Accuser. So she represents a Kree planet called Hala, which was accidentally destroyed by Captain Marvel. So there you have the motive of the Marvel villain. But I didn't really find her that menacing of a villain, and it's one of the more mediocre villains in the Marvel league. Then I think when the film starts to further develop, I liked it a little more, because it felt like a space road trip. It felt like it embraced the tone more of the Guardian movies, and you get some wacky sequences. You get a planet where they visit, and there is everything spoken in sing song. So it's I think an attempt by Marvel to appeal to the more musical kind of audience. Skrulls too feature in this that remind you of Secret Invasion, but that whole Skrull plot is pretty ambiguous. And I thought this is more might be enjoyed more by fans of the Miss Marvel TV show, because there's some connections to that kind of a humor is mostly represented here. And that's where I felt that instead of the Marvels, instead of it being a sequel to the original Captain Marvel movie, it felt more like a sequel to the Miss Marvel TV show. Nick Fury is again very awkward in this. He tries to do some slapstick humor with Kamala's family. He's more like playing a guide for them in space, and it's like a hit or miss humor for me. What I was looking forward to more of seeing his chemistry, more of like, especially just fresh off watching Secret Invasion, I thought you would see more of his chemistry, an evolved chemistry with Carol Danvers, but that was not to be seen. the whole writing of Carol Danvers' character is pretty bad here, being honest, because I don't really know what they were going in for. You see her being goofy at times and her being serious. Then she's married off to someone in space in the planet, and it was overall quite a confusing film in terms of story, in terms of the writing. But eventually, it's a nice, enjoyable movie. I would say a 6 on 10, or probably a 6.5 on 10. Some things that were really appreciated by people who saw it were the end credits. So there is a real good direction in which these films will go, and that was at least ending on a hopeful note. And I was also pretty excited for that end sequence, and I'll not spoil it, but yeah, it's worth staying. So that's essentially the mid-credit sequence. There's nothing at the end credits, so you don't need to waste your time. Overall, The Marvels was average film where the MCU is current phase, but I kind of like the Quantum Mania movie a little more than The Marvels, and I checked it out just to see what's the whole fuss about, and I think it was a good watch, and it might be a more entertaining thing if we rewatch it on TV or so. So The Marvels, overall an average thing, a fun team up movie from MCU. Thank you for watching. Okay, so I forgot to talk about the cats thing in the Marvels movie. All the promotion was around cats. There was a lot of promotions or posters, and I think some 3D art also that featured like a lot of cats. I am not that fond of cats, especially in movies. And the Captain Marvel movie also, the Flerken cat plays an important part. I think she swallows the cosmic cube or something. But in this movie, fortunately, the cats were not like the front and center. They only come towards the end. So if you don't like cats that much, I don't think it should be big of a problem, because there's bigger problems that the Marvels has.